Okay.
We good?
When?
Alright. My name is Lauren Quinlan. I'm 26 years old. I'm from the booming metropolis of Gaston, Oregon. Population 621. And I am on Southeast Asia Discovery because God threw a brick at me and said, go to Southeast Asia. And so I did. The end. I think what I'm most looking forward to this trip, more than anything, is going back to America and sharing my experience with other people in the hope that it will inspire other people to get involved. I think, while I know that God wants me to impact the lives of everyone that I go and minister to, whether it's people in the village or my own teammates, I also know that one of His purposes is to not only show me what He wants me to do, but to help me encourage others and maybe pursuing missions or becoming more globally aware. And if there's anything that I'm afraid of, it's, gosh, what am I afraid of? Wearing a skirt. I'm afraid of wearing a skirt. For the home team, if they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out in the old ball game. What did I learn? I learned a couple things about myself. I learned that apparently everyone seems to think I have cute hair except for me. You can see that there's a lot of
Westbourne.
Like that. I learned that even though pieces might be falling off a Jeep, it's still possible to make a 20-hour drive. And I learned I guess that sometimes I get really freaked out if I'm in a culture that I don't understand, or I don't understand the language, or I'm so frustrated because I can't learn. That was really hard for me. Often it's just so frustrated. But I also learned that you don't need to know. God doesn't send His people out to the field and then not give them the tools that they need. And so for me, it was, I guess, just continuing to rely on God's goodness and God's provision for the tools we do need. Whether it was a soccer ball, or whether it was someone being able to speak just enough English to help me get by.
You come back to America.
Yeah. God provided when I needed and what I needed, and that was, I guess, just marking His goodness in a new way, and a new part of the planet.
And do you want to say anything else?
Do I want to say anything else? Of course, I always want to say something else. If I get into missions, God's going to send me to some tribe of people who, live out in like stilted huts or whatever in Borneo. Already had one mouse came up, got me right there on the arm, and then landed next to my foot. Often we hurry so that we can wait. It's great. I'm loving it. Booking and dropping and do not smile cutely.
No.
I'd rather walk anyway.
Now you have to walk because you're wet.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
So, which would be really cool if we got mugged. It'd be a great cultural experience, I'm sure. Just doing a little bit of the dancey stuff, hanging out with my homie. Hey! Come a piece at a time. Yeah, well, at this point in the game, once the skin is off, I do this all the time. Turns out my name is Larotten. I found that out. That I'm the only tasty one in this group. We're on our way to Fire Dancy thingy. It's a long ways away, so sitting in the car and keep myself amused, I decided to employ a favorite trick of mine, and that is to play with the little kids by using the camera. Have them make some faces, and then turn the camera around so they can see them, and whatnot, so it's lots of fun. So, for example, can hit stop now. That's the end of this video.